one corner, we've got the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold starting at a cool $1,799. And at the other end, we have the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 coming in at $1,899. But before you start sweating about those price tags, let me tell you, these phones are packing some serious heat. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold is bringing some AI camera magic to the table with its Made You Look feature. So basically how it works is that it plays some animations on the cover screen to capture those natural reactions on photos, especially with kids. Meanwhile, Samsung is throwing down the gauntlet with an IP68 rating for dust and water resistance, plus a promise of 7 years of software update. Yeah, you really heard that. 7 years. And that's just scratching the surface. We've got a lot to unpack here, from cutting-edge AI features to some serious hardware upgrades. Before I go in, please click on the like button. Also subscribe. Please, we need to subscribe. So let's kick things off with design. Both devices have made some serious strides in this department. Like the Pixel 9 Pro Fold has taken a major leap from its predecessor. Now Google ditched the passport-like shape for a more traditional smartphone form factor when closed. It's rocking a 6.3-inch outer display that's practically identical to the regular Pixel 9. Now this is a smart move as it makes the device feel more like a normal phone when folded. Now Samsung on the other hand has refined their already sleek design with the Z Fold 6. They've gone for a small squared look with a matte aluminum frame that's not only fingerprint resistant but also adds a premium feel. Now the Z Fold 6 is also significantly lighter than its predecessor, weighing in at just 239 grams. Now that's a difference you'll definitely notice in your pocket. Now both phones have made strides in thinness, with Google claiming the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is the thinnest foldable on the US market at just 5.1mm when unfolded. Now the Z Fold 6 isn't far behind though, and Samsung has managed to make the hinge almost gapless when closed. Now speaking of hinges, both companies have put work into improving the crucial component. Google's new steel hinge feels smooth and satisfying to use, while Samsung's redesign allows for a thinner profile overall. Now as for durability, this is a big one for foldables, and both companies are stepping up their game. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold comes with an IPX8 water resistance rating. The Samsung has also gone a step further with the Z Fold 6 offering both water and dust resistance with an IP68 rating. Now this is a significant improvement and could be a deciding factor for some users. Now both phones use Gorilla Glass Victus 2 for their outer displays and back panels, now which will provide good scratch and drop protection. Now however, the inner folding displays remain a potential weak point for both devices. While improvements have been made, users will still need to be more careful with these screens compared to traditional smartphones. Now time to talk screens, and both of these devices are packing some serious display tech. Now the Pixel 9 Pro Fold boasts a 6.3-inch outer display and an 8-inch inner display when unfolded. Now both screens feature Google's Super Actual technology capable of hitting a peak brightness of 2700 nits. Now that's seriously impressive and should make an outdoor visibility a non-issue. Now Samsung hasn't been slacking either. The Z Fold 6 features a 6.2-inch cover display and a 7.6-inch main display when unfolded. Now both can reach up to 2600 nits of peak brightness, which is still excellent. Samsung has also made efforts to reduce the visibility of the crease on the main display, which has been a common complaint with foldables. Now one area where the Pixel might have an edge is in the aspect ratio of its inner display. Google has opted for a more squarish form factor similar to the OnePlus Open. Now this could potentially lead to better app compatibility and a more comfortable experience for things like typing or using maps. Now both devices support high refresh rates of up to 120 Hz, so scrolling and animations should be buttery smooth on either phone. Now under the hood, we've got some powerhouse specs in both devices. Like the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is running on Google's latest Tensor G4 chip, paired with a whopping 16 GB of RAM. This should provide plenty of powerhouse for multitasking, AI features, and gaming. Now the Galaxy Z Fold 6 is no slouch either, packing the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip, also with 12 GB of RAM. Samsung has also improved the cooling system with a new vapor chamber, which should help maintain performance during intensive tasks. In real-world use, both devices should handle anything you throw at them with ease. Like the extra RAM in the Pixel might give it a slight edge in keeping more apps in memory, but we'll need to do more testing to say for sure. So here's where things get interesting. Google has largely stuck with the camera setup from the original Pixel Fold, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like we've got a 48 megapixel main sensor, a 10.8 megapixel telephoto with a 5x optical zoom, and a 10.5 ultra wide. Now, while the hardware might not be groundbreaking, Google's photography is still top-notch. Samsung has also kept a similar camera setup to the previous Z Fold with a 50 megapixel main sensor, a 10 megapixel telephoto with 3x optical zoom, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. Now, both phones have under display cameras for the inner screen, but let's be honest, these are mainly for video calls and aren't going to win any photography awards. Now, where Google might have an edge is in its new camera features. The Made You Look mode, which plays natural animations on the cover screen to get natural reactions from subjects like children, basically children. Honestly, that is a clever idea. Now, Google's also bringing features like video boost and improved low light performance to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Now, Samsung isn't slouching in the software department either, with AI-enhanced photo editing tools and improved processing. However, if camera quality is your top-notch, the Pixel might have a slight advantage here. So as for software and AI features, this is where both phones really start to flex their muscles. Now, Google is leveraging its AI prowess with features like the new Pixel Studio app, which allows for AI-generated images, sticker creation, and even invitation designs. There's also Gemini Live for more natural AI conversations and improvements to features like clear calling. Now, Samsung is coming with its own suite of AI tools, including generative AI features for photo editing and text generation. Now, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 also benefits from Samsung's DeX mode, which turns your phone into a desktop-like experience when connected to a larger display. Now, both phones are promising long-term software support, with Samsung pledging an impressive 7 years of Android, One UI, and security updates for the Z Fold 6. Now, Galaxy also specified for the Pixel 9 Pro Fold that they are giving 7 years of Android updates and security patches. Now, let's talk power. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold is packing a 4650 mAh battery, which is a decent size considering its thin profile. It supports 45 watts wired fast charging, although you will need to buy the charger separately. Basically, that's the same thing for Samsung. They've been doing this for a long time. Now, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 has a slightly smaller 4400 mAh battery, but Samsung has a history of optimizing their software for good battery life. Now, both phones should comfortably last a full day of mixed use, but power users might want to keep a charger close by. Now, both phones have some tricks up their sleeves. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold introduced features like Add Me for easier group photos and Gemini AI integrations to the Fold. Now, let's talk money. That's the pricing. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold starts at $1,799 for the 256 gig model, which is actually $100 less than its predecessor. Now, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 comes in at $1,899 for the same storage. Now, both are premium prices, but considering the cutting-edge tech involved, it is not unexpected. So which team are you on? Are you on Team Google Pixel or you're on Team Galaxy Z Fold? So please just let me know about that in the comment section. Until then, I am Eugene and this is Brandolux.